Hi Pisces, welcome to your November 2020 astrology and tarot reading. November is a beautiful month for you. The sun will be in Scorpio for most of the month, your ninth house of expansion and optimism and all things from a higher perspective. Your energy shifts as the sun moves into fellow water sign. Mercury re-enters Scorpio on the 10th, Venus enters Scorpio on the 21st, and we have a glorious new moon on the 15th of November in Scorpio. All of this is giving you a feeling of adventure and excitement about what is on the horizon. So what is on the horizon for you? Jupiter conjunct Pluto for the third and final time this year is lighting up your 11th house of wish fulfillment and social connections. This is a wonderful new time coupled with that new moon, which is sextiling Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. It's a wonderful time for you in terms of friendship, manifestations, and magic. You could really manifest just about anything you want in the second half of the month, Pisces. So make sure you're thinking in alignment with the ninth house of optimism. Mercury being direct will also favor you and make communication just that little bit more clear, especially in your personal relationships, and heal anything that has been tricky over the last month. And speaking of tricky, Mars is finally going direct in Aries on the 13th of November, and I bet your wallet is happy about that. Money is going to start gaining momentum. There will be new opportunities in the remainder of the year, new financial endeavors, more luck, more success, and it is all shaping up to be a pretty good month for you, especially as your ruler goes direct on the 28th in your sign. This is going to release some of the foggy, confusing energies that have surrounded you. You might feel a bit disoriented around that day or the days prior or after for a little bit, but it is healthy for you to release some of those emotions and gain a bit of clarity by getting those feelings out on the table. Have a wonderful month, Pisces. See you soon. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your tarot portion of your overall November 2020 tarot and astrology reading. So, Pisces, the first thing that I have for you is something that came to me in a meditation on your energy. I saw two fish swimming in the ocean, and from the top of the ocean, all of a sudden, this hook comes down with bait on it, and one fish wants to take the hook and the other fish doesn't. One fish wants to keep swimming, and so they're not entirely in agreement on what to do. Now, what is on the bait is a lot of toxicity. It is escapism, it is addiction, it is a conversation going on within you that makes you feel like you're not doing enough, you're not good enough, you've not achieved enough, and it is this self-sabotaging bait that one part of you wants to take and the other part does not. The other part has faith. So, 7 of Cups. Here we have the different forms of bait. Here we have the 7 Cups, where some of it is real, some of it is not. At the moment, everything looks like an illusion. We're heading up to the third and final. There's the choice, 2 of Pentacles, of course. We're heading up to the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in your 11th house of Capricorn. And the 11th house to me is very much where I would see, particularly as the sun will be in your 9th house, there's a big, strong energy of manifestation, where your thoughts are literally more than ever in November controlling your reality. And that's a lot, because that's a lot of power, but it's also a lot of responsibility and a lot of what feels to you like monitoring your own thoughts. So I can see why part of you would want to go back into that self-sabotaging way, or rely on those unhealthy relationships, or delve too deeply into the past and get stuck there, or deceive yourself. And I can see then how the other sees, the sun, that things are actually starting to turn around and go a lot better than expected, provided you just decide that you have the strength and the fortitude within you and your magical abilities to change it. Because everything at the moment from October has been a little bit of an illusion for you, and it's really pulled you into that 8th house arena of darker energies, of confusion, of illusion. King of Cups. And here's you in your mastery when you're at your best. Compassionate, intuitive, sensitive, kind, mysterious, and magical. And a healer. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 9 of Cups, the Moon, and the Page of Cups. Clarified, I have to say, because it popped out, by the Knight of Cups. Okay? And then clarified again by the Sun. Sorry, they just kept popping. I had to go for them. And it makes a lot of sense astrologically. That moon energy. That is your energy. That is your nature in its purest form. Mysterious is the moon. Mysterious is the dark side of the moon. Magical. A manifester. We all know that we use the moon cycles in terms of manifestation, which is why I explained in the astrology that new moon in Scorpio is a pivotal time for you to really turn things around. I see it here, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Sun. The Sun being in Scorpio Pisces is benefiting you greatly. It is a chance for you to make wishes come true. 9 of Cups right here, your wishes. If you could just use the moon to your advantage rather than leaning into the fears cast by its shadow. Because when things become very illuminated in your mind and you see what it is that you want to achieve or what you want to feel or what you want to tap into, there will be a shadow cast by that moon. And the full moon energy of Taurus in the first half of the month leading up to that Scorpio new moon, Mercury's still in retrograde until the 3rd, guys, and then the lunar eclipse in Gemini at the end of the month, that will be a bit more shaky, but in a different way. And that's a chance for you to really leave the past behind and to acknowledge that what you think shapes you from your past, what you think has defined you from the past, isn't actually something that you need to bring forward in your new identity, because Jupiter is your traditional ruler and conjunct Pluto is the chance for you to transform your ideology, your beliefs, and your powers. And you will be a very powerful manifester, particularly around that 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th weekend. Yes, I counted Thursday as a weekend. Why not? That's my birthday weekend. I'm going to. So, Mars will go direct and the money starts to flow in a bit more. 9 of Pentacles. And you feel a lot more confident about money and the material and your success and getting what it is that you want. And you know what? It's interesting, Pisces. The Mars retrograde has pulled you into an energy where you have had a lot more time to learn about the material. You know, it's a good balancing act for you. We're trying to, with these cards, pull you a little bit back into your magical manifestation powers that you have. You know, you are the ultimate creator, I think, of your own destiny. You have that ability to completely submerge in the unseen energies and create out of nowhere. And other people can see you do it and think, wow, it's usually a Pisces person, sun, moon, or rising, who can manifest the parking space. You know? You just do. So, having been in that place where you felt very insecure or worried about the material or money or your definition of success or finding your place in the world, maybe feeling a little bit aloof from other people or disconnected, which is a big sign that Pisces is not feeling so good, is when they feel completely disconnected. Having been through that, you've actually learned a lot about how to take care of yourself better and how to see yourself a little bit more through the lens of other people, where you are this King of Cups. And sometimes you can fight off 9 of Wands, your Queen of Pentacles counterpart, where you're practical and grounded, because you are the High Priestess. Sometimes you can find it very hard to get back into the grounded energy, which is where you find a lot of balance. But at the moment, I think you've been too much trying. And it's time to get back to that Jupiter energy. So, your ruler Neptune also goes direct this month, which can cast a little bit of a fog over how you feel. But it won't cast a fog over what you're able to do. 9 of Cups, a wish comes true. Something that leaves you very satisfied. And when we talk about wishes, I think people assume that it is exceptionally grandiose. You know, wishing for a castle or wishing for a puppy to be left on your doorstep or something like that. That just, you know, people associate the word wish with unattainable. It's not. The 9 of Cups is a wonderful tool in tarot to say that you're actually manifesting something you really want. Now, what it is, for a lot of you, is dependent on where you are and dependent on your own birth chart. But I think for a lot of you, it looks like it's love, or it's children, or it is a family, or it is a holiday maybe. When that will be, who knows? Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Sun. Living through your own creativity. Communicating in a way that is powerful and attractive. Being your most attractive self. Being alluring, being ethereal, and being very much in your energy. Moving past the fear and the illusions and communicating right from the heart. Because the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups are similar. One is more grown than the other. One is more vulnerable than the other. And when you have the two side by side, that really looks like a complete exchange between possibly two people. One who is better at communicating, one who has more understanding of their emotions, and one who simply wants to feel like that, one who wants to be confident in their expression. It also shows a development of you feeling vulnerable, knowing you're creative, knowing that you have a way of looking at the world that can be considered naive, but is actually very thoughtful and considerate, and that the world could use more of. And it develops into something that is confident and able to express their feelings. And when they express their feelings and they show up completely as they are, they get everything that they want. And they're well received, and they're warm, and they're generous, and they regenerate. Your ability to be yourself in Scorpio season is something that I think you haven't felt in quite a long time. You know, fully like yourself for whatever it was. Perhaps it was to do with your health. Perhaps it was to do with anxiety. Perhaps it was to do with depression. Perhaps it was to do with any kind of psychological itch where you needed to work through some things. And I think Mars retrograde really did that to you. I think Mercury retrograde did it to you as well. Because when Mercury retrograde occurs in the 9th house and the 8th house, as it has for you, or put simply, when it moves from Scorpio to Libra, it pulls a lot of energy into your ability to be intimate, and into your ability to connect, and into your ability to believe even in the beyond. It might have made you more fearful, but it's also sharpened your intuition a bit. Except that you won't be able to tap into that until you've come past the fear, because a fear will block an intuitive knowing every single time. A story that you've told yourself over and over from the past, that you're not lovable, or that you really need to have love regardless of who it's coming from, or you need to be more practical, or you need to be more detached from your feelings, or you need to feel less. All of those untruths. When you get past those, you see that you're actually coming out of Libra season into Scorpio season a more compelling and more emotional and sensitive but happy about it and accepting about it kind of Pisces. You're understanding yourself better, and in turn, so is everybody else. The Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Sun. For a lot of you, this is true love. This is with another water sign, a Scorpio, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Leo, maybe. Could be any sign. This could be Sun, Moon, or Rising, but this is, for a lot of you, a new relationship, and one that could go very far. But regardless of where you are at that point, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you are dating somebody, whatever that is, Pisces, that exchange, that honest communication, that honest healing, that what are we going to do about this? Where are we going? What are we going to achieve here? Or do you want the same things that I do? All of that lies on the other side of this sphere. When you pass the new moon in Scorpio, everything's just a bit easier. Venus will move into Scorpio. And that's where there's a lot of merging and a lot of intimacy and a lot of connection that I think your heart and your soul is really craving. But you're trying to be somebody else. You're trying to be a Queen of Swords. You want to be detached. You want to be witty. You kind of want to be the cool girl trope, or the cool guy trope, or whatever that is, where you don't, because there's always been this association in movies where being cool means not having feelings. But actually, people generally think Pisces are very interesting. They have an allure, they have a mystique, they have a way of moving that seems so much more intentful. But when a Pisces tries to be somebody they're not, when you go into that sponge nature that you have, especially Pisces rising, when you try to be somebody else, you can really lose yourself, and then you lose your mystique, you lose your alluringness. And whenever you pass this moon energy and you become very content with who you are, you have all the love, all the friendship, and all the success right there ahead of you. Honestly. Let's clarify a little bit and see what the oracle cards have to say. We will get into your different signs, the water signs, the fire signs, the air signs in the extended more deeply. Ooh. Okay, I'll take the top 3 that came out. The Angel of Love, Door to Romance, and Happy Family. Yep. For some of you, you're meeting someone that could really go the distance. Love comes in, your heart opens up, and you could have a happy family with this person. Or your connections with your family become more loving. You finally can express yourself to them, they can express themselves to you. Caring connections. Big romantic energy for Pisces, not surprising, of course. With Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all in your wish sector, connecting with that new moon to manifest exactly what it is that you want. A lot of you want to manifest the next step in love. A lot of you want to get married or have children or commit or something like this that feels equal and feels healthy, most importantly, that doesn't play into your psychological fears, that doesn't gaslight you, that doesn't feel confusing, or that at least feels like with your current relationship you're on the same page. But it has to get past that illusion. That full moon in Taurus can have you very confused as we begin November. It can have you really wanting to say things that aren't true, to say things for a reaction. And it can have you thinking that illusions are real. I had a dream the other night. I'm Pisces rising, so this all applies to me in the first house sense. And the moon card is making me think of a dream I had the other night when I was really worried about something, and I had a dream about something else going wrong, you know, as if my emotions weren't completely frazzled by something in particular. I had another dream that somebody that I really care about was really doing me wrong, and I was so annoyed when I woke up, and I was very snippy with them. And they said, why are you annoyed? This is just not like you. And I said, I had a dream that you really upset me, you really annoyed me. And they were like, whoa, sorry. But if you have a dream that I do something nice, will you be happy with me? And I really thought about that counterpart. You know, if you went into your, you know, why do we always assume that the fearful thoughts are going to come true? Why do we rarely assume, why do we dare not to dream that things could actually work out? Pisces generally can, but lately you've had trouble with that, tapping into it. You've had trouble with having those positive spirals and really dreaming about how magical things can be, but you're getting back to that now. And as soon as you do, there's a lot of things waiting for you in the ether that have been trying to get through, but they just needed you to get past that fear so that they can come through energetically, so that they can manifest physically. Medicine woman, there you are, healing yourself and healing others. If you are a tarot reader or an astrologer, or you work in the healing profession of any kind, as Pisces usually do, or you're trying to heal from some kind of ailment, this is a really good omen. And it's saying that your physical health is really linked to something emotionally at the moment. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not telling you a prognosis or a diagnosis or anything like that, but it's saying that a lot of your physical manifestations are to do with your emotional health. Be strong. You're stronger than you think, and your strength assures a happy outcome. There we go. So let's get into the extended Pisces. I will see you there. I hope you have a wonderful November. Remember that everything is opening up for you in the middle of the month to get to where it is that you want to get to, feel how you want to feel, and be who you want to be or who you want to be with. So I will see you soon, Pisces. Take care. Bye.